Hello, and welcome to another episode of Randall's Comics and how's everybody's week going so far? Great, I hope. And as you know, on Randall's Comics and uh, I go primarily through my '90s collection to get my topics and keeps my prices down too. I've already got the existing thousands of comics and existing material, so I'll just use that. And I did do an episode on the character of Venom and the influence that he's had on the Spider-Man universe, and I figured, you know what? I can't do an episode about Venom without doing an episode about Carnage. So tonight we're going to focus on Carnage and its impact on the ASM universe. Got a little information here. Let's see what we got here. So that I can read this to you. Glasses off. Okay. Carnage is a supervillain appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics, usually as an adversary of Spider-Man and the archenemy of Carnage's father, Venom, in particular the Eddie Brock incarnation of the character. Although Carnage and Venom have joined forces when their goals have aligned, the character made his full appearance in The Amazing Spider-Man number 361, April 1992. I remember when that issue came out, and was created by writer David Michelin and artist Mark Bagley, although the first published artwork of Carnage was penciled by Chris Marinin. Stan Lee would also have some input in the character's name and attributes, pushing for a character who would be a far darker and more vicious than Venom, due to the latter's more scrupulous character development. All right. And Carnage belongs to a race of amorphous parasitic extraterrestrial organisms known as symbiotes, which form a symbiotic bond with their host and give them superhuman abilities. Originating as an offspring of Venom, Carnage is more powerful than its parent symbiote because of the symbiote's biology and is in many ways a darker version of him. Like Venom, Carnage has multiple hosts over the years, but his most infamous one remains that of killer Cletus Cassidy. Ooh, Cletus, whose sadistic personality perfectly matches that of the symbiote. Other notable hosts include Ben Riley, Carl Malus, and Norman Osborn, as well as Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane Watson in the Ultimate Marvel Earth 1610 and Spider Gwen Earth 65. Lots of Earths we have there. I wonder which Earth we're on. Continuities. The Carnage symbiote gave birth to its first significant offspring, Toxin, in 2004. Ooh, Toxin. Since its original introduction in comics, the character has been adapted into other forms of media, such as television series and video games. Woody Harrelson voiced Carnage in his first live action appearance in the film Venom, Let There Be Carnage. 2021, set in Sony's Spider Man universe, SSU as well, as portraying Cletus Cassidy, reprising his cameo role from Venom 2018. In 2009, the Cletus Cassidy version of Carnage was ranked as IGN's 90th greatest comic villain of all time. Alrighty, let's take a quick look at some of the Carnage books I have in my collection, shall we? Stick around. Alrighty, and we're back with some Carnage goodness. And the first one we have here, this is Amazing Spider-Man number 379, Maximum Carnage 7 of 14. And let's take a quick look inside, shall we? This was printed in 1993. Let's take a quick look inside. There's Carnage getting to work. And what else we got in here? Some more Carnage. A little bit more Carnage. Oh, this is interesting. I used to order comic books from here. That little, that was American Comics and Entertainment. I wonder if they're still in business. But yeah, I would order my comic books, and I'd also go to my LCS. It was Gold Mine Comics and Cards back in the day. I don't think they're around anymore. And we have Amazing Spider-Man number 380. Nice one. Continuing the Let There Be Carnage. And Spider-Man number 37, part 12 of 14 of Maximum Carnage. Oh, look. And this came from Gold Mine Comics and Cards. I was just talking about that. Look on the back of the stamp. Gold Mine Comics and Cards. Boy, that brings back memories. I would spend my Fridays up there. You know, some guys be in the back playing the Magic, and we be up front with the comic books. Anyway, this is Maximum Carnage conclusion. And here's some of the Eddie Brock version of Carnage. I brought these to you before. And look at that! Look at that nice Carnage cover. Carnage all over the place. And Eddie Brock Carnage. More Eddie Brock Carnage goodness. And since we're on symbiotes, let's just this is your bonus feature for tonight. This is all this is all Venom. Mary Jane, you hit the jackpot, Tiger. And some more Mary Jane Venom. Alrighty. And that concludes my presentation of what I have for Carnage. So what do you guys think about Carnage, the character of Carnage? Stick around with this episode of You Know. Thank you for joining me for tonight's episode of Randall's Comics and You Know. If you like what I brought you, please smash that like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell. So what do you think of Carnage? You know, I think he's almost just important, as not as important as the character of Venom, you know. And like there's been other symbiotes that have been spawned off uh, from the Venom symbiote, but I think the second one, Carnage, seems to have the most impact, in my opinion. So, what do you think? Do you like any of the other symbiotes that were spawned out from? Has anyone read the Toxin series? Anyway, thank you for joining for tonight's episode of Randall's Comics, and you know, you guys take care, and I'll see you next time.